Let me go on, so we give everybody an opportunity to speak.
So,
Ma'am?
well, I've got one more thing on the property
Okay.
size. Is the roadway, even in the town of Louisville, if it's private, is it dedicated right of way?
You addressing the board?
Ask the question again, I didn't understand the question.
The road
Uh-huh.
that's in the development, is there going to be right of way dedicated to that, either to the town or
No, we'll add
platted?
it. It will
Right,
be a
you
private
don't
road.
take it, but it's platted as right of way.
It'll be a
correct?
private road. It will not be a public road.
That takes away from the developable area that he's using the density for, and that's roughly 8,750 more square feet that's getting taken away from the developable area that's being used for the density.
Okay. All right, I'm still on the same road. Maybe you got a comment?
Your comment?
Okay. This-
Oh, you're pointing to me? No, I
Okay.
live on Lackey Creek as well, and it's just aesthetically that I'm concerned about. I moved from a big city to a small town on purpose, and I like that there aren't grocery stores. But just, the traffic along our Cove is, and boat traffic, it's quite intense. I love the nature part of where I live. I mean, I moved here on purpose, to get away from all of that, and I just like it to keep it that way.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Ma'am?
Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt you. If you plan on saying something, it saves me time not having to figure out who you are later tomorrow when I go back and listen to this. So if you will say your name, but also write your name on here. You guys just wanna pass this around. Yeah, I just do it. It's all.
Okay. So Anna Gibson, I live on the Cove. No offense, have a lot to say. Personally, I would rather see it be subdivided. I respect you and I want you to make money on it, but this is zoned as a single family plot. So you are giving an exception to him regardless because it's zoned residential single family from what I saw. So first I want to state that. Secondly, once he does this, we have no control because we haven't seen what the deed restrictions are going to be to whether these owners are going to have this as a short-term rental or if they're going to have this as a long-term rental. If he can't sell them, what's he going to do? He's going to rent them out to long-term renters, which is what happens on our road now. I have a neighbor, he bought the house next to him. It's got 4 families. The neighbor that lives next to him says there's 4 families living in there. So that's my 2 cents. So now this is a workaround for really a commercial multifamily property situation. This is just a little loophole, in my opinion, that is happening by proposing this. Secondly, I want to know about the decks and the dock. I also feel like he's also getting an exception because there's a lot of property that's on that cove, a lot of farmland. My property looks at farmland, beautiful. I would be really upset if I owned the property next door, found out he was doing this. I would want to do it with my property. They don't use it, it's used for cows and pasture right now. So they actually have more land than him. This whole cove could turn into that, and I get that you're saying, well, the next planning meeting we could do it. Well, then you made an exception just for him. That's not fair. That's not right. So the next thing, okay, I get it's going to increase our property values, but you know what? 3 large houses will also do that. It would give me the value that I can see with these. But it's also going to increase my property taxes that were increased the year after I bought it. So what about that? So that's my concern. I don't want to pay more in property taxes. I don't think that the town necessarily needs any more money to take it on. And we're talking about a lot of commercial space, like a grocery store, a restaurant, like all this stuff. Where's that commercial land? I don't know where that is. Like, it's great that you're talking about that, but are we just inventing that someplace? Like, I don't know where that is. So that's just, I guess that's my 2 cents for the most part about what's happening here. It seems like we're doing loopholes to what really should be commercial property.
Can I address the board on this?
It might answer a lot of the questions. Although these are 11 individual homes, I have no, I'm not building 11 docks on this property. It has one kind of dilapidated dock at the far corner of the horseshoe of the property that, that I would probably build this as a community dock, but I have no plans to build 11 docks. Quite frankly, 3/4 of the properties, in the wintertime, is hard as mud, so.
Okay. I'm on row 3. Ma'am?
Yeah, I just really have a comment. It feels like that making the exception on this is really for what you can do in the future with the grocery store and that kind of stuff. So it kind of feels like they're gaming the system. I live in Whitrush. I don't want that back behind there. I know what you guys are talking about because we've seen other plans on that. And it feels like they're trying to game the system by saying, yeah, we're going to make exceptions, do this for what you want to do in the future. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Sir?
40-year Cove resident, we've seen a lot of changes over the years. We've been fine with the changes. Once Smith and Wesson went in, it's just been a nightmare. I haven't had my lane blacktopped in 30 years. Pay taxes all those years. It sounds like you're stretching a rubber band pretty far. Just my opinion. That's all I know.
Thank you. Ma'am, Roger? Okay. Mayor, got any more comments? I don't want to stop.
We don't charge property taxes for the town of Louisville. So those are Blount County. So,
What are you saying the revenue though? I wrote down the revenue comment. That
well,
was the
it's
big
just,
thing.
I know maybe you might not want a grocery store, you might not, but that's one of the big things that several people have mentioned, that just a small grocery store and a restaurant. So, and that's fine, your money can go to Alcoa, that's fine. I mean, but it's just a thought that a lot of people are interested in, that, well, maybe you're not.
Well,
So-
one thing, sorry, I hate to make a second comment, but I have lived in a town where it was a problem.
It's your time.
The problem is that grocery store paves the roads in Alcoa. It does things for the city of Alcoa. We want to do things for our town. People ask us all the time to improve our parks, improve our roads, improve our bridges, make the traffic stop. We can't do anything without the revenue that we don't have. So if you can help me come up with that as a mayor, I would be glad to do it. But there is not the revenue out there for a town of our size to do the things that people want us to do. So we're trying to be creative and do things that would be on the main road where we already have traffic and not do it out all over the town of Louisville. And this is a good opportunity to do that. But, if we don't want any improvements, then that's fine with me.
Man, red shirt, where you?
So this property is set there for a long time. I will not always be mayor, so the next person can change the zoning and we could have a bunch of condos there. Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to have a citizen who's an upstanding citizen in our town do something nice on the property and prevent.
Well, it's nice unless you vote in the Cove and you
don't live there.
And
The
it's-
sewer exists regardless.
I've lived in
It's
Louisville
bad
my
enough,
entire
it's,
life.
I'm in the vote business, so I love Cove, but
Actually, my dad has property that
You
was
don't
water.
live there.
I grew up.
But it's so bad, the
And
sewer
he
still
still
there.
owns it, so.
The sewer still exists, regardless.
Okay, let's go back to the order. Sir, red shirt, you have a comment? Okay, we're back on row 5, over here in the corner.
I'd like to know if we have a financial commitment from a grocery store developer or a restaurateur who's financially committed to it more than just a verbal agreement. Oh, I'd like to build a restaurant in Louisville.
May I answer that?
Person, blue shirt.
Yes, sir. My name's Chris Higgins. I live in the Cove. That's the question.
Next.
Are you going to address that?
We do have an agreement with the owner of that property for that.
I mean, just a word of mouth or like a...
No, it actually was presented to the Board of Mayor and Alderman, where Alderman voted so much that they set aside $600,000 to try to come up with a sewer system.
Right,
Be able to support it.
but there's a restaurateur that's financially committed to, if there was sewer, he said he would open a restaurant, and it's not just word of mouth, but financial or written commitment.
Yes, but the town's very selective on what this is going to look like. We don't want a strip mall.
No, I understand that.
He
But
is a
yes.
restauranteur.
No, I understand that, but
He's a
I
He
would
has
ask,
made a financial investment, that's his property.
no, I understand that, but I would ask the board not to make any type of adjustment for a business that hasn't committed to moving. Of like, making an exception for the rules to allow for a future business to move in without a commitment already made. If there's nobody committed, there's no conversation to
The
have. Just make an
landowner,
exception.
the developer
on-
is the restaurant person, like that, the guy who with the town is working with.
I understand, but it's
is
just a
the
hypothetical
restaurant
without a
person.
financial
No, and I
commitment.
know, I'm just like answering it. The one who's wanting to develop that area is the one who will open the restaurant. He is the one who has restaurants,
Oh,
so.
well.
yes,
Guys,
there is
we're
that.
digressing, talking about a restaurant, that's not what's actually.
No, that's right.
So so can we just stay focused
But this,
on what he's here?
the whole point.
No, it's not on the agenda.
No, but I'm saying that's the idea of
That's part
future
of the
moving
argument.
with
That's the
sewer.
rationale.
That's why you're rationalizing adjusting the rules.
Yeah.
It's for a restaurant or a grocery store, but no one's committed to that financially. So I'm just saying, it's a hypothetical that we're making up.
Go ahead, your time.
So what if?
Yeah, Jim Collins, and I live in that Cove too. Is there any commitment from the property owner or the HOA that the city has access to this excess capacity? I mean, why couldn't we get it passed, oh, that was great, thanks very much. Now we're gonna go sell it to the next highest guy. And
There
the
is
city's
no-
sorry, you're out.
There is no agreement in effect.
Where does the sewer?
Well, that back, and my point is,
This
back to
agreement,
Chris's comment is, we're making a decision on the to come with no to come. We gotta hope, but hope's not a good business strategy.
there's a lot of moving parts in this thing, and this
I
is step
understand that.
one. Okay? All right. And, this side over here on the fourth row. Got a comment? All right. No comment on the fourth row. We're back over here on fifth row.
I'm
Comments?
Catherine Hammond, Montgomery.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're building 11 houses in that area, what about the congestion? I mean, Louisville Road in the past 4 years has gotten horrible. I live over here off Gibbs, and I can't tell you how many times I've tried to pull in on the Gibbs Road from Louisville coming home from work. With my blinker on, and 2 or 3 cars behind me, they're passing us because they're in a hurry. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm headed to work in Oak Ridge. I look both ways, somebody's passing somebody else again, 5 o'clock in the morning, because they're in that much of a hurry. We hear wheels squealing all night long. The road is getting worse. And you want to put 11 more houses with at least 2 more cars of people driving. How are you going to make the roads better?
Okay.